Well, hello there and welcome to this video on the if function in Microsoft Excel. The if function basically has three parts to it, and what it does is the first part of it, it will test a logical statement. So basically the first part of it will be something that evaluates to being either true or false. And then the second part of it, after the comma, is what to do if it's true. And the third part of it is what to do if it's false. So we've got some data here, and I'll just do an example here. So this is airline data, basically airline profit data. So let's say we wanted to do something along the lines of identifying the airlines here that had greater than 10,000 profit. Well, it's times 1,000, so it's $10 million profit in each of these quarters here. So we would go in here and we would say equals if, and then open the brackets, and then click on our cell we're evaluating. So if F2 is greater than or equal to 10,000, then the comma, and then the value of true will say high, and the value of false will say low, and then close the bracket. And if we copy that down, you can see most of them are high and some of them are low. So you can kind of think of an if statement, in terms of a sentence. You're basically saying, if this thing is true, then do this, else do that. So if it's greater than 10,000, have high, and if it's not, then low. So that's basically how an if statement works. So as long as the first part of it, the answer is either true or false. So it can be if something's greater than something, or if a cell value equals something, and anything else that would be true or false, then do a thing, else do another thing. So a slightly more advanced way of using an if statement is a thing called nesting, and that allows us to kind of ask more complicated questions. So let's say, for example, that we're still interested here in knowing those that are greater than 10,000, but for the ones that are less than 10,000, we're interested in knowing what the overall grouping of those is. So let's say, so here we've got national passenger, major passenger, and major cargo. So let's say we're interested in knowing, getting a differentiation between the low major cargo and the low passenger in both national and major passenger grouped together. So if we click in here, we'll still have the start of the function the same, and have high as the true condition, and then instead of low in here, in the else part of the function, we'll have another if, and then click on E2. So if E2 equals, and we'll go for major cargo, get this right, and then we're just writing basically another if statement. So if it's true, it's going to put high. If it's not, it's going to do this if statement, and it's saying if E2 is major cargo, then low cargo. And then the last part of this if statement would be low, and then passenger. And then we close the bracket on this if statement, and this, obviously that other bracket is for the other if statement, and as we can see, that works. And if we copy it down, it's now going to tell us which ones are high, and then for the low ones, whether they're passenger or whether they're cargo. So that now gives us that extra category. So, and you can nest many if statements to get quite complicated formulas, and obviously you can use all sorts of other functions for logical tests within them as well. So things like AND statements and is error statements and OR statements, and you can see them in other videos that I will be putting up links to at the end of this one. So yes, that's how if statements work in Microsoft Excel. Thanks for watching.